Let's talk about Mark Sears, the fifth-year senior point guard from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. He's 5'11" with a 6'2" wingspan, 183 pounds here at the combine. And Mark Sears was a guy who 2 years ago was in the National Player of the Year conversation. This year, numbers didn't quite weren't quite the same as last year, but team success I think was a little bit better. So you got to credit him for some of that. And I do think Mark Sears has a chance to find his way into an NBA role. But let's jump right into that right now. What does Mark Sears do well? Mark Sears is a tremendous shooter. He can get into the lane. Even going back and rewatching like the Duke game where he really struggled, there were moments, especially in the first half, where he was able to get downhill and create open shots for his teammates. I thought there was a couple times where he could have got off shots where he just hesitated, and I think it was just all in all. Did it showcase some of his weaknesses? Yes, but I also think it was an off night for Mark Sears. I think he's a really good player. I think the lefty's got deep range on his three, which is important based off of his size. I think he can create for others. We'll show the stats here in a little bit, but I think he's more of a score-first guard. And I think Mark Sears also is a tough player. He's strong. He's got a good, strong base, which allows him to shoot from deep, but also guard bigger players at times down low, force them off their spots, which are, a lot of things that I think people, a lot of the reasons why I think people would give like the Brunson comparison. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. And I get the Brunson comparison, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. I just think it's important to acknowledge that Sears is a couple inches shorter. He's got a couple inches less on his wingspan, and he's about 15 pounds lighter. And Brunson's already small as it is. I just think it's an uphill climb for Mark Sears to be Jalen Brunson. Looking at the stats for Sears. Last year, he averaged about 19 points a game on 40% shooting from the field, 35% shooting from three, and about 84% from the field or from the free throw line. 5 assists per game, a little bit up from last season, 3 rebounds, and about a steal. But across the board, pretty much numbers down from his really impactful senior season with Alabama. He spent his first 2 years with Ohio. His shooting percentages were down pretty much across the board. And I'm not really looking too far into that. I think he just had an off shooting year. Sometimes that happens. I think he'll shoot better in the NBA. But I think he's going to have to become a backup point guard. It's hard for me to envision him becoming a starter. I'm just trying to think of guys. I've been thinking of guys in the past, similar size. Guys like an Isaiah Thomas, who's a little bit smaller. Typically, they have either Jose Alvarado, who's maybe a little bit taller, but about the same size. Chris Paul, similar size. Typically, these guys are either really good defensive players or they have something offensively. Like Isaiah Thomas was really quick and shifty before his hip injury. And it's hard for me to see Sears fitting into either one of those boats as a small guard. And so I think ultimately, if he's going to find a role in the NBA, it's going to be as a backup guard, which I think he can. But he's probably going to have to spend some time in the G League before he's able to get that opportunity. What do you guys think about Mark Sears? Where do you see him being drafted? I think he's going to be a late second-round guy for me, probably undrafted, but I do think he'll get picked up probably on a two-way deal and have an opportunity in the Summer League to prove himself. But let me know what you guys think. Again, like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.